Everyone. So with the midweek madness, with the theme that we can play with whatever cards we want, I've been doing some jank, and this is perhaps my most jank of the jank. So, this deck is really about monk class, getting myself a bunch of spells, and using a bunch of... Basically, the whole thing is I want Demilich to see play, but there's not many good cantrips, so the idea is monk class, I could play like an opt into into a Bone Crusher Giant or something of that nature. Play an opt to a Bone Crusher, that's 2 spells, and I just have a 2-mana Demilich. And then there's a lot of spells. You'll notice there's not many lands, because all the lands are 2-mana spells here. There's even a Bay-in Veil, just to help me protect against the aggressive. Sejiri Shelter. This is my most ambitious of my jank decks. I have 4 study breaks to help me get my sideboard, because the sideboard cards are pretty good. Teachings of the Archaics to help me get lands. Start from scratch to help destruction. Illuminate History just to discard cards, so I have more stuff to loot with the Demiliches. Stuff like that. Lorehold Command is a very strong card. Demilich, I think, is a strong card if you can find the shell for it. I'm just having trouble finding the shell. This is definitely, by far, the most ambitious. And maybe I want 4 monk classes. Originally, this also had 1 sorcerer class. You know, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to just add sorcerer. Let's add the sorcerer class. And let's take out the Bay-in Veil, maybe? Yeah, something needs to get pulled. I think I'm just going to make sure I have less... Oof. I think study... Ugh. That's the hard part. There's so many weird cards in this. I'll take out a Rip Apart. Don't know if I'm going to have the lands for it. So, that one change. We'll see if that will... So I only want 1 sorcerer class, because the whole thing is... I'm using it for its final win condition. I want to win the game with sorcerer class if I ever play it. So I don't want to get it often. Alright. We have 2 Triumphs plus a Spikefold Hazard. We have a Clarion Spirit. We have... I think we have a hand. I think we have a hand. So we're going to start with 2 Triumphs. Then we can Expressive Iteration. So I could Clarion Spirit, then Expressive Iteration, and possibly get a play. But I think it's just safer to play another Triumph here. And I have a Spikefield Hazard if they have some sort of 1 mana or 1 health creature. I think Spikefield Hazard is perfect in this position. Oh, actually, hold up. I think I found a better play. Alright. Hengegate, and this is all 3. Yep, so I'm going to put this in blue. So I can now Clarion Spirit. And with my second spell... There we go. Now Clarion Spirit triggers, we get a 1/1 White Spirit. Awesome. Next turn I could Expressive Iteration, land, and do something else. Or at least that's the hope. Alright. So they're getting a ramp deck of some sort. So these Spikefield Hazards are pretty good. Even if the Selfless Savior saves it. Alright, Expressive Iteration. Alright. 1 in my hand, 1 in exile, and 1 back at the bottom, I think. Yeah. I want to play the monk class. Yeah, of these plays. So this is in my hand. And bottom. Oh, that's exiled! Misreading. My biggest weakness. Alright. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attack with both, now that they know my Hero Something on Watch is there. Alright. Yep. And now I just play Monk class instead. Alright. Definitely worst case. Definitely a bad decision on my part. I misread it. I want to put the land in there, but... Oh well. That gave us a free attack. That was definitely a mistake on my part, but I don't think it's what's going to cost us the game here. Yeah, I think that's what's going to cost us the game. I'm going to make a guess that Winota is what's going to cost us the game. Yep, and now they just pull out the Giant Killer, and so I can't use that as an answer. Alright, so I'm going to block the Selfless Savior so that I could, Oh. Oh, they just got another Winota. Alright. Well, I'm going to still block the Selfless Savior, just get that out of the way so I could Giant Killer the other Winota. Alright. Ooh. Okay, this is each turn. Awesome. So, I'm gonna put a stop at their upkeep. On their upkeep, I'm gonna Giant Killer their Winota, and then Study Break the Elite Spellbinder and the Lotus Eater. Alright. Turn. Their turn. Giant Killer Winota. There it goes. Alright. So now they can play their cards. So if they play the Winota here, I can then Study Break. Awesome. So let's see what they play. Because if they play Goldspan, I'd rather tap the Goldspan. Alright. There we are. Tap them both down. And do I want Teaching of the Archaic or Reduce to Memory? Oh, I could Demilich and Environmental Sciences or something like that. Ooh, I have 4 mana only. Those things both have 3 health, so Start from Scratch does kill. So I could Start from Scratch, then Giant Killer Reduced to Memory is also a play. Let's look at the battlefield. Yeah. I'm going to actually Start from Scratch here, I think, is my pick. So yeah, Giant Killer, Start from Scratch, deal 1 damage to this guy. Alright. And the Lurrus Cobra, I'm pretty sure I could double block and kill it. And then I still have the Monk class unsummon. Like, and we're doing this with 4 lands, everyone. Like, we have mostly lands, but we're actually pulling this off. I don't know any cards. Oh god, Kenrith's in the format? I thought this card was one of those cards that was banned from the format. Oh my gosh. Well, I'll just make them have to play it again. Oh, they just won the game. Yeah, they all have Trample and Haste. That's not enough to block that. And then we take 11 damage. Wow. I didn't realize Kenrith was in the format. I thought that was one of the cards that was banned like Oko. Yeah. Okay. Hey, thanks for coming by, Vibes, even if you don't know the cards. If you look at Stream Decker, you can see our deck list, but it's very much a wonky deck. And yeah, we're playing against high-level standard decks every once in a while, so like Winota. Gosh, why did I think Kenrith was gone? Because yeah, Kenrith getting Trample and Haste, it's a 6 mana 5/5 Trample Haster. Like, that's good enough, but then it also gives everything else Trample. So I needed to have exiled the Double Striker, which was not the expected play, to put simply. Alright, I go first. So I could do the Triome again. Yep, double Triome into Clarion Spirit. Or I could double Triome Expressive Iteration. Yep, I have... They're weird plays, again. Again, my land base is really weird, but... Alright. Everything's coming in tapped. Might as well start with the ones that are always coming in as lands. Alright. Oh, Esper. Esper Lurrus. Okay. I could probably handle that. Alright, so they're a sack outlet deck. Okay, I got it. But why Esper? You'd think the sack outlet deck would want to be red. Huh. Let's Expressive Iteration first, because it's either Expressive Iteration or Clarion Spirit. And I like so all of their cards cost 2 or less, so the Jawari Disruption isn't hitting their Lurrus right now anyways. So I'm trying to think. I could Clarion Spirit, Expressive Iteration, and if I get my lands, Planeswalker it. Yeah, I think that's actually the play. Alright. 3 Triomes, man. That's a nice little intro. Alright. You got a kill spell for the Clarion Spirit? Perfectly fine. I just start ramping my way up to Lorehold Command. Have a steady break along the way. If they play a land, I just put Lurrus in their deck. Oh. So they only play 2 mana play here. Okay. I'm not going to block either of their creatures because they're just going to have the Malakir Rebirth as my guess. So I don't want to play into Malakir Rebirth. Next turn I can decide whether I want Steady Break or Jawari Disruption, assuming I get a land off of Expressive Iteration. Which, I mean, I have 3 draws on it, so pretty likely. Just make sure I read it properly and I get the land in the exile. Oof. I did say this was the most ambitious and suspicious of the decks, so alright. So 1 goes in my hand. 1 goes... Alright. So this... I think the Brazen Borrower I want to put in my hand. Bottom... 1 goes in my library. Alright, I want to put the Steady Break in my library. So I put the Shelter here. So I can just play it as a tap land. Alright, now I will block. I am willing to block the Archfiend's Vessel because if they manage to use their trick to get a 5/5, I just bounce it with a Brazen Borrower. Do I want the land? I think the answer is yes. Alright. Feels good for me. And I have a block for the Eye Twitch, I have a block for the Archfiend's Vessel. Oof. Should be getting in a better spot. They're definitely going to have a Plum for the Forbidden in their deck. Yeah, okay, so they have their 3 colors. I wonder how they do Esper for this kind of Lurrus Sacrifice deck. Makes me think there's just something that's going to be... I mean, it demands, it lets me know that there's something that's going to come in that I have no idea what I'm getting into. Alright, Bloodsky Berserker. There's a play. Okay. So, I get a Lorehold command to kill it, and get myself a 3/3, 3/2. Alright, I like that. I'm blocking the Archfiend's Vessel, easy. You want to do some combat trick? I'm happy to see it. Alright. So I can either Brazen Borrower and I'm playing this on blue. And we're just going to hold up Lorehold Command. I could be safe and just kill it now, but I think this was the better play. I think this is the slightly better play. Are they stuck on 3 lands? They're stuck on 3 lands. Alright. This is a trigger if they cast a spell, so I need to let them cast that spell and then respond with Lorehold Command. Right here. Awesome. Alright. So I want to create a 3/2, and I want to deal 3 damage to any target. So this is 3 damage to any target. And that player gains 3 life. Okay. They'd have to have like a 1-mana Spell Pierce. If so few cards left, even if they do that, I just Brazen Borrower and get a better theme next turn. Wow, they actually had their 3-mana Spell Pierce. Alright, well they get a 5/5 into attack this turn. Alright, I could double block and kill it, but I'm just going to Brazen Borrower it and just assume they can't really do much with it. Okay. So Jawari Disruption is going to hit. Just flat out, it's going to hit. So what's not going to hit? I think Bay and Veil is just pointless. I'd rather just be killing their creatures. So, yeah. Please, this is a tap land. Send the turn back. Alright. So yeah, I can Brazen... If they play a card, I can Brazen Borrow the Bloodsky Berserker, and as they try to cast it again, I Jawari Disruption it. Feels good. I think I have some plays. I also have a Kabihara takedown for the next one. Alright. Do I want to just Study Break now? Yeah, Study Break, tap down Bloodsky, and Monk of the Open Hand. I like that. I could have Brazen it next turn. And this learns me to an actual answer here. We'll see what the... I don't remember what's in my sideboard, but I'm sure I have something that's good here. The sideboard doesn't really have board clear spells, but we're getting close to Mascot Exhibition, honestly. Start from scratch, just dealing 1 damage. Honestly, Environmental Sciences, just gaining me a little life, might be the pick. We have way more cards than they do, so the Teaching of the Archaics is pointless. Yeah, I'm gonna just grab the Environmental Sciences. Alright. They're gonna play something this turn. They're going to, and then I have a Kabihara takedown, which is going to give plus... That's going to deal 3 damage, so... Alright. Let's kill the Giant Killer. You have another Hexproof? I'd love to see it. Great, you tap it down, and then your character dies. And then I untap. Alright. Kind of weird gain. There's no basic lands in my deck. We'll need to take that one out. Bounce the Bloodsky, so I get the 1/1 flying. They'll just block with the Serrated Scorpion, so I'm just going to attack with my 1/1 flyer. And I now have a Brazen Borrower ready. I have a Jawari Disruption and a Brazen Borrower on the back line. We have a few options, basically, and I like all of them. I think we'll come back from this. But yeah, did not realize that. Probably should have considered that before I made my decisions. But it looks like they're kind of like having trouble playing cards. Do I Jawari Disruption a Giant Killer? No. They're not drawing lands, so I need a Jawari Disruption the Lurrus when it comes out. Alright. We just wait. We're going to attack with the Eye Twitch. Okay. I block here. And I'm going to get a Brazen Borrower, so I can start attacking in the air with actual damage. Okay, note to self, Environmental Sciences does nothing in this deck. It must look absolutely insane getting more blue mana with this, but I still think that's the correct play. Alright, we have some counter pressure now. Alright, that was smart, playing the Blood Sky first. Actually, I could bounce the other Blood Sky. That was actually a play I could have done. Yeah, I should have in response bounced the other Blood Sky. They play it, I Jawari Disrupt it. That was the correct play. I made a mistake. Alright, well, we're getting a flying army, which is what Clarion Spirit does best. Their only attack was with a 4/4 Monk of the Open Hand. It is a good attack, though. Not sure if they realize it, though. Gosh, if I get Monk class, I could upgrade it all the way to max level immediately if I wanted to. I think I want to. Put the Monk of the Open Hand back in. Ooh, ooh. Get rid of the Monk. There we are. And now I have 7 damage in the air still. And that's a very small churn of clocks. Alright, I'm going to put this on white in case there is... So the point of putting it on white is in case there is a Monk class, I could tap, tap, and then still have Jawari Disruption active after leveling Monk class all the way to level 3. That being said, 9 lands. 9 lands in this deck, guys. That's pretty uncommon. That's pretty darn uncommon for a deck like this. There are 20... I think there are 24 lands total if you count every tap land. Alright. Alright. Not much I can do about this. I can attack with a double Brazen Borrower, and... next turn, if they get land on Lurrus, I can disrupt it. So I at least have that for me. Do I just Brazen Borrow the Eye Twitch to get in? I think I do, because it allows me to threaten lethal. Let's see if they are smart enough to tap down my 3/1s. Actually, they'll tap down my 2/2. That's actually smarter. Alright. Brings them to 8. Okay. So if they draw a land here, they can put Lurrus in their hand and immediately play it, and that will actually be a mistake, because then Jawari Disruption can trigger. Gosh, I'm going to get to a point where I just need a Jawari Disruption as a means to... Gosh, I should have played Brazen... No, I needed the... I'd get a 1/1 this turn, duh. Alright. Play the Eye Twitch again. They don't have enough to Lurrus and play it. They don't... I doubt they have anything that costs 5 mana for this. Alright. So they got their triggers. The smart move is actually to tap down one of my 1/1 flyers, so I can't block, and I have to use my Clarion Spirit. Oh, but then... Do I threaten lethal, though? Yep, that was a smart play. Alright, they can bring me to 1 with a full attack. And I have to double block the Soraya, the Bluskeye Berserker. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have to double block here because it has Menace. It has Menace, right? Not Trample. Good. I made this entire play expecting them to have Menace, not Trample. Alright. So then I'm 1 off from lethal with the board as is. So if I draw a land, sucks to be me. But I didn't draw a land. Alright. Piercing Down Watch is great because it's a kill spell against attackers and is a combat trick if you're aggressive yourself. And since our idea is to slow down their board, build wide, and then destroy theirs, Piercing Down Watch is actually good there. Alright, 1-1. Had to work hard for that 1 win, but we're 1-1 with this deck, guys. Gosh. Whew. Still moving. Still going good. Still having everything work. Alright. Janu plays. I go first. I have, at best, 2 lands. But I have an Opt, an Expressive Iteration, this is where my ambitions kill me. But my hope is that next turn I can Opt, and if Opt still fails to draw a land, I get Expressive Iteration for the land. Alright. So now I have Bone Crusher, I have Expressive Iteration, I have options. Expressive Iteration. Well, which land do I want? I want to play Triome now, so I am going to put this one in my hand, I think. Yep. This one in my hand. This one at the bottom. This one here. There we go. Next turn I can Clarion Spirit Opt, or I could just Bone Crusher, have an Opt ready. Like, I have a few options. Options. As I said, Demilich, I might just play as a 4-4. As a 4-mana 4-3. The ability that I could do that is pretty great. Oof, no lands. Like I say, I like winning, but I like my opponents to actually put up a fight. To the point where I don't count that as a win, really. 1-1. 1.5 to 1. We're going to go with that. So if multiple opponents do it, I do have to end this at some point. So, 1.5 to 1. Alright. Let me think. So they seem to be like some sort of... Yeah, red Magda deck. Bone Crusher was just too strong because it's Bone Crusher. Triome into Monk class. Or I can leave up Jwari's Disruption. Yep. Because the opponent goes first. Okay. Because the opponent goes first, I can actually I think it's a good idea to leave up the Jwari Disruption to stop a 3-drop. I don't like Skyclave Shade. Skyclave Shade. I do not like him, Sam I am. They have to have a play. They're an aggressive deck. They have a play. I don't like countering with the Skyclave Shade, but it's something I gotta do sometimes. You gotta do sometimes. Alright. If only monk class had flash. Alright. I'm gonna play this tapped and just get monk class out now, I think. Literally just 2 Skyclave Shades are gonna beat my deck, aren't they? If it does, I'm gonna be sad. Alright. So do I Clarion Spirit to Giant Killer? Or do I just level up the Monk class, bounce one of these to his hand, hold up Study Break? Like, I have options, but none of them feel good. Oh, this guy... Let's see. The Clarion Spirit, the 1-mana 1/3s are probably good enough. And honestly, just Study Breaking might be the play. So I'm just gonna... Clarion Spirits. Yeah, I think at this point they've shown that I could just play Giant Killer and not worry about the fact that I lose the ability to kill a 4-power minion. I think they've shown that I need to get these 1/3s out. These 1/1s. Alright. Next turn I can actually Demilich into Study Break. Alright, so they had to thirst that. Alright, Heartless Act that as well. Well, they can't reanimate both this turn. Demilich can't block appropriately. But I can just level this up instead. Turn that to their hand. And max out its level. There we go. At the very least, we have a max out monk class. We're going to see how this fares. Exile a land. Unfortunate. Alright. Expressive Iteration. I want to play the Clarion Spirit this turn. I think. Let's see. So I put the Clarion Spirit in play. Okay, I put the Clarion Spirit in my hand. I put the Expressive Iteration on the bottom, and the Opt is my play. I think. Okay, if I play the Clarion Spirit this turn, I can still Study Break, but then that doesn't give me a play. Yeah. Let's see. I need to Study Break to be able to play Demilich. Alright. I think I want Iteration in my hand. And Opt's why I play this turn. Yeah. I don't like it, but I think that's my play. Iteration in my hand. Opt in my life. Gosh darn it! Messed it up. Let's see, did I play a land this turn? Doesn't matter, I can't. Okay. Start from scratch seems pretty strong. I think no, Reduce to Memory is going to exile Skyclave Shade. Doesn't matter. We couldn't play. We drew no lands. We couldn't play them all. We just go with what we got. All right. I mean, I'm not blocking with a Skyclave Shade just yet. Duress takes out the Reduce to Memory, I'm assuming. Oh, I thought they were about to take out the Monk class. I was about to be very happy. Alright. I can't really stop it. I made some mistakes this turn, and I didn't get some help. Alright, so I can attack Expressive Iteration, which will allow me to get my Brazen Borrower played. Yeah. So we're going to play this on red, I think. Wait, why does it keep showing Clarion Spirit exiled? Expressive Iteration. Wait, hold up. You may cast the copy. It's just you may cast the copy. Oh my gosh. Oh, it has to be right now. I thought that's what it was saying, that you may cast the copy. It had to be right. Oh my god. I thought it was like, just, you may cast the copy. That is now a thing you can do. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, we're bouncing that. And we'll level this up. Bouncing that. Just these two Skyclave Shades, I have no way of playing around them, really. Because they just keep coming back, and that's not what this deck is good at answering. Misread the card drastically, but it's okay. I'm going to Expressive Iteration next turn. Possibly get some answers. Alright, what do we exile? Could be hard takedown. That's good. That's good. Alright, so I can reduce to memory, one. Then copy... No. Rip apart one. I'm going to start with Expressive Iteration. Alright. Laurel Command in my hand. Actually, Brazen Borrow in my hand. Lorehold's played this turn. Okay. Like that. And we're actually putting the land at the bottom. I think. Oh, wait, we have Kabihara this turn. So I'm gonna Kabihara to shoot. This I want in my hand. Yeah, it's a lot of thought that I need to put into it right now. Lorehold Command can actually be played for 3. I'm still going with this play. Play this land. Oh. Alright. Wait, can I Brazen Bar? No, I cannot. As long as I cast another spell this turn. Okay. I'm just going to cast Kabihara on another turn. Alright, because I need to create a Spirit Creature token and deal 3 damage, gain 3 life. Because I need to stop these Skyclaves somehow. Demilich is starting to pay off. I'm glad I'm able to see Demilich in action. But yeah, Demilich and Monk class are actually working pretty well together right now. That's okay, I think I still get a 3-2. And I gain 3 life still. Hey! That's good. Yeah, I feel like my opponent's deck becomes a lot worse if they don't draw specifically Skyclave Shade. Alright. Oh, I could start pulling Lorehold. I could pull a Lorehold command out with Demilich. Okay. Our deck's starting to look good. Our deck's starting to look good. Because Demilich, it's not a Retriever Phoenix card. You play it to get cards like Lorehold Command a second cast. Okay. Okay. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. Gotta kill the Demilich, don't ya? Because if they don't, I am Warhold commanding for 3 more life, and I might sacrifice something. They're a very aggressive deck. Okay, hold up. They haven't ventured at all. Wait, hold up. Did they draw... So, they drew 4 Skyclave Shades, people. They drew 4 Skyclave Shades. Four. So we knew Skyclave Shade was like my weakness. And so they drew 4 of them. I'm sorry, I just find it hilarious. Alright. So even reducing 1 to memory seems pointless. So I'm just gonna opt. And then, yeah, attack in. Figure my stuff out after I opt. Not right now. Though I appreciate you, Clarion. Easy lore hold. Alright, 3/2 white, 3 damage, gain 3 life. There we go. Good payment. Alright. Let's see. I could then Expressive Iteration, look for a land, and if I get the land, I could Kabihara. Otherwise, I just level this up and worry about it next turn. I have Kabihara for future turns. That's an important thing to note. That being said, they're getting close to lethaling me, so I do need to be careful. Alright. Which one do I want in the hand? Clarion Spirit or Brazen Borrower? I think I want the Brazen Borrower in hand. Oh no, Clarion Spirit makes a bunch of 1/1s. Alright. I have enough monk classes. Appreciate though. Alright. We're finding our win condition. Next turn I could Clarion Spirit. Yeah, Clarion Spirit making a bunch of 1/1s is actually very important. I'm just not going to play around. Like, they're going to have a combat trick. I want to make sure I don't die to it. If they play a land, sure, they get all 4 of their Skyclave Shades back. They could play 3 Skyclave Shades if they get their land back, but I ain't dealing with that right now. 3 Skyclave Shades, man. Alright. Start with Clarion Spirits, then I could bring back an Expressive Iteration. Alright, that sounds good. Ooh. I think I might have something better. They had 4 mana left open. They decided to leave 4 mana open. Alright, I'll do the Expressive Iteration, be safe. Alright. Unfortunately, this is the one that's getting the mana reduction, but I think at this point, we don't care about the mana reduction. We have what we need. Because, yeah, once we cast it, next turn we can actually... You hear something on watch to kill one, and then Kabihara take down to kill another, getting a 2/2 in the process. Wait. Awesome. So now I get the Clarion Spirit trigger. 3 mana left open still. Alright, that's going into exile. So, I'm going to put the Bone Crusher in my hand. The Jawari at the bottom. There we are. Red. Alright. There we are. Next turn I could Bone Crusher Kabihara. And they gave me a perfect target for it as well. Before they have something for it. Alright. I have a bunch of stuff. Escape Regent. So I could Kabihara takedown, kill the Westgate, and I'll discard you. Here's something I'll watch. Rip Apart can actually destroy the Warlock class. Alright. Well, it seems like we pulled it through. We pulled through. We're going to be at 2-1, guys. Wow. Wow. Demilich doing the work! You just need Monk class beside it. Demilich doing the work! Just play as a 4-drop, everyone. Just play as a 4-drop. I'll just Resolve All. Didn't realize Resolve All was an option. Oh, it was a tap land. Alright. We just Kabihara take down. And we'll discard the Reduce the Memory, because that wasn't working out. Alright. Whew. Well done, Demilich. I thought 7 cards was max speed day. Okay, so the cards on the left were in my hand. The cards on the right were in exile. So all the cards on the right were not considered part of my hand. Sorry, I didn't even see your comments. Yes, the cards on the right were in exile because I have Monk class, which exiles cards and allows me to play them as long as I cast a second spell on the turn. So all those cards on the right were cards that the Monk class were holding onto and therefore were not technically in my hand. Ah. Alright. That sounds overpowered. It's actually just good enough. Not overpowered, it's good enough. Alright. That's a perfect target for Spikefield Hazard. Let me kill the eye twitch real fast before you check for your traps. Congratulations, there's still 2 instant speed spells, but they're both lands, so feel free to take them. Play River Glide, hold up Bone Crusher. Alright, so they took Bone Crusher. Very smart on their part. Alright, I mean, I'm not playing Expressive Iteration this turn. So I think I'm playing the Sageri Shelter tapped. Alright. Time for specimens. Perfectly happy to see it. Eye twitch. Alright. I see your deck. And I raise you mine. Do I Kabihara Takedown or do I River Glide and play Carrion Spirit? Alright, I got it. So I River Glide, play Clarion Spirit, and then on a future turn, I will Expressive Iteration, land, Kabihara Takedown. That's the plan. Alright. Okay, so right now they're just game lands. They seem to have some late game value engine. I'm going to Expressive Iteration first, actually. Yeah, that's what I'm going to cast this turn. So I'm going to put an Expressive Iteration in my hand. Yep. I'm going to put this back in my library, and this in exile. There we are. Let's see if you have a 2-mana play. You're very low on cards already. Awesome. So next turn I could Expressive Iteration and Study Break, or Expressive Iteration and Kabihara to kill something. I'm gonna let your Eye Twitch get through. You're stuck on cards. You're stuck on cards. I'm gonna let you be stuck on cards. Because the spell will need you to put another of the same in your hand. Hey, if it's a good spell, it's a good spell. Alright. We start with Expressive Iteration. Alright. I could put the Bone Crusher in my hand, the Brazen Borrower in exile, and I just bounce the yeah, I'll bounce something. I'll bounce something. And if they double block... Alright. Yeah, not sure they realize that comes to play tapped. Alright, if they double block with Shambling Ghast, which they should, yep. So here's the thing, I could actually Kabihara that. No, that's not the play. Do I bounce? Yeah, I bounce back the Shambling Ghast. Because I just want these Clarion Spirits, the more triggers they get, the better it is for me. Like, it's not even close. Alright. Usually I go blue, but I think this time it actually is preferable to go white. Alright. Oh, just discard a card? Alright. I'll discard the Opt. Thank you for attacking so I can get through. Oh, this is perfect. So now I can Monk class, so this is a 1 mana Bone Crushy. I crush the Shambling Ghast, so that you can't do Clarion Spirit shenanigans. Yep. Let's just go aggro. They have to sacrifice the treasure to use Crawling Barrens, and then Crawling Barrens... Are you full tricolor? With this deck, yes, I am full tricolor. Black, white, red. I have a major focus on blue over the others, but I am tricolor. I could just make my Monk class level 2, bounce the Eye Twitch. Or I could bounce the treasure token, just be a jerk. I think just having the Kabihara takedown, though, is the win condition for me. Like, that's fun that I could do that with a Monk class, but I think I just go for the win condition. Creature or Planeswalker. Perfect. So this gets killed Professor Onyx. Actually, cancel. I could still Study Break these two, and then I just attack in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. No. Once they did that, it was actually preferable if I just used Study Break. Alright. Yeah, that's 2-1. That's 2.5-1. We are winning more games than we're losing. With this jank. With this jank, we are winning more games than we're losing. That's impressive. Oh yeah, by the way, Lambo Droid, in case you haven't noticed by the title, this is not a draft like I usually do. This is a standard, like, messing, trying to get things to work. Alright, we have Droid Disruption into Clarion Spirit, and any land gives us Clarion Spirit Opt, which will give us a bunch of 1/1s. So, let's go with it. So far, the Sorcerer class has been completely bunk. So when I removed the Sorcerer class, and then I added it back in to try to just see if it was good, because I never got to play with it. And now that I'm playing with it, now that I've had a chance to have it in my exile, it just seems like by the time I can play it, I've already have other ways to win the game. So, Snow-Covered Swamp. Alright. So if I have another draw a land, and if I hit it, I can Clarion Spirit opt. If it's a tap land, start by attacking, see what they do. Probably Bone Crusher is my guess. That's a nice looking board. Yep. They sometimes do random boards. I think I opt for the land. There we are. I'll play Clarion Spirit now, and then next turn I could Brazen Borrower and opt, or Steady Break and opt, depending on what I need. This does leave my Clarion Spirit vulnerable to removal, like a second Bone Crusher, but that means they're not playing Bone Crusher, which is an advantage in and of itself. Alright. Alright. So they get a little specimen. I like Brazen Borrower. It's a good card. This kills the 1/1 because it's a token, so it can't go back to hand. There we go. If they play nothing, I have Brazen Borrower. If they play something worth brazening, I have Brazen Borrower plus Study Break. Yeah, that's worth... if they minus it, I will... They have Menace and Reach. Okay, well I can Brazen Borrower still if they do that. Awesome. And then my Study Break will allow me to get through. And I think we have a Reduce to Memory on standby, is my plan. Alternatively, I could grab a Teachings of the Archaics. Tough one. Because I'm about to dump my hand, so I'm going to grab Teachings. So I'm killing Lulth. And then I'm playing Demilich. Awesome. And that's the thing. Just a 3-mana 4/3. Just, you don't play it for the big creature. You play it because it's big enough. Then I have Ops and Study Breaks to pull out with Demilich. Oof. Alright. They haven't even played their Environmental Sciences yet. Necrotic Fumes on the Demilich. That's a good play. That's a good play on their part. Yep. Getting rid of my Demilich. And this is why I have Teachings, because... Alright. So Clarion Spirit, and then I can draw 2 cards is a play. I can also just Clarion Spirit, Brazen Borrower. I think this is the better play. Alright. So let's see. Do I want more white, or do I just want more red? I want more colors, I think. Okay. If they won't continue attacking with the spiders, I'm happy. If they don't, I can Brazen Borrower or Kabihara, do some plays. Yep, Teachers of the Archaics is great because it's just it's a card draw you can just pull out of nowhere.
I will show you what happens when the spiders touch.
Oh, these have Menace? Ah, I see. Well, I could just Kabihara take. I could Brazen Borrower one of the spiders and then just Kabihara Wolf.
My power is for annihilation.
Alright. Actually, even better. Brazen Borrower that. Brazen Borrower that. Alright.
I return to the abyss.
And we play a River Gate. There we go. So now we threaten Brazen Borrower, and we have a Kabihara, and they just don't see the Kabihara. It's becoming harder and harder for them to attack, because my flying creatures are becoming a threat, so... And if they play another Wolf Spider Queen, a third one, I can actually, in response, immediately Kabihara them. Oof. Or do I just... Alright, so here's the question. Do I play Kabihara on the Bone Crusher to let my creatures go through, or do I Brazen Borrower? I think I Brazen Borrower. Yep. Alright. So I have a surprise Lorehold command. That's amazing. Alright, so I'm attacking. So what I can do is I can deal 3 life, gain 3 life, and then give all my creatures indestructible, and just swing in for lethal. Alright. Indestructible and haste. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Can I just Kabihara take down that indestructible haste and get lethal? I think so. So I have 5 mana left over if I do this. Alright. And now I instead choose this one. Alright. If that's not lethal, I don't know what is. Yep, but they're indestructible, so you just lose your tokens, and I get... Okay, so it's not lethal. But oh my gosh, this deck has been performing. Clarion Spirit plus Demilich, and then you don't go for 4 spells with Demilich, you just get 2 spells. Alright. Good play on their part. And then they get a Bone Crushy. Or a Lolth. Oh my god! That Blood in the Snow might have won them the game.
What I demand.
Oh, never mind. Thank you, Lorehold Command. Okay, Lorehold Command, I need to put 3 of in this deck. At least. Alright, so they're trying to fetch for some sort of life gain. If they had Clean to Dust, that might have actually worked, which is scary to think about. Alright, 3-1. One more game, and then we put it on. But this is a winning record. This was the worst of... I thought this was going to be the worst of the 2 Demilich decks, but because it was just so weird, I just... Like, when I first built this deck, there were 100 cards in it. I'm like, okay, how do I narrow this all the way down to 60? And my answer was, get rid of the lands. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is so cool that this is working. Alright. Aemon Tresor. Alright, Pathway. Glacier, Spikefield Hazard. Perfect. Alright, so I could go Sajeri into Riverglide, Clarion, then tap Spikefield if I need to. Alright. That's cool. That's cool. But yeah, just to get an idea of why I'm not building this deck, there are no basic lands. Like, it plays rares instead of basic lands. Alright. Get my Clarion Spirit. Next turn I get Sorcerer class. If I want. Gonna start with an attack. Alright. Let's see how Sorcerer class fares. That's what they Mystical Dispute. Okay. I'm actually happy that that took the Mystical Dispute. This is a turn where if it's okay if they had nothing to play. So the fact that I instead spent that turn eating their Mystical Dispute actually feels really good for me. At least in my mind it does. So if they play nothing, I can opt and Study Blake on their turn as a way to get the effect. There. Okay. Alternatively, I could Spikefield Hazard this and opt right now. Get 1/1 token flying. If they want to Mystical Dispute my opt, please, please Mystical Dispute my opt. Alright. Yeah, Clarion Spirit's just a win condition in and of itself, which is a fantastic card. Makes it a fantastic card otherwise. Alright, they put Lurrus in their hand. I have a Bone Crusher for it. Play the second Clarion Spirit. They play Lurrus, I'll just... It should be pretty easy to Bone Crusher. I had no white. Okay, that was a mistake on my part. That was a mistake. I didn't realize I lacked white. Advisor. Alright. Well, Lurrus Rogues happens to beat this deck. I'm not going to complain about that. Alright, they have a counterspell up. That's why they spent that much mana. I'm gonna still go for it, I think. Force their counterspell out of their hand. Alright. Have to play the Roggen Trio. Put the Monk class in my hand. I was hoping it'd be an untapped land, but I guess I shouldn't have expected much. It's not like... Oh, I exiled their one target that they can hit with Lurrus, so that's actually perfect. Alright, so I can Monk class first to make sure the Mystical Dispute isn't good enough. Alright, so they had an Into the Story. That sucks for me. So they have all the card draw. Alright, but that's okay. If they Mystical Dispute this, I just pay 3. Alright. Is there a mode where each player is given a deck without knowing what's in it and they just play a match? There's a few kind of like that. So it's just it's hard to pull off because, like, how do you get, like, usually when they release modes they have to reveal that, you know, this card exists or whatever, you know? Makes it hard to do those sort of things. Alright. Well, we have W here, something on watch if we need it. We don't have Demilich. Alright, we're going to get this to level 3 and just end our turn. They better not have Brazen Borrower. Brazen Borrower loses me the game right here, I'm pretty sure. And they have a lot of cards in hand, so it's possible. Alright, yeah, Rogues is a deck I don't have much experience against. It's a strong deck. It can very much be a strong deck. Alright, they're tapping out. That's good for me. So Thought Thief, that's bad for me. Alright. I'm going to kill the Lurrus first if I have the opportunity. Yep. They can counterspell it. They have enough cards in hand to have a counterspell. They drew half their deck, so if they have counterspells other than Mystical Dispute, it makes sense, and I'd be shocked if they don't have Drown in the Lock, so... Sucks they didn't mill my Demiliches. I have them both in hand. And we got a land off of that. Oof. All the oofs. Alright. I'm gonna Study Break them on their turn. And if they have some sort of counter, I can hear something and watch it. Alright. Just 2 down of the locks, okay. Well, I don't see how we get back from this. We can't... If this card had Flash, oh my gosh, this would be a good card. This is just like... Yeah, if this card had Flash, we could actually see it much more often. Won't even give me the Demilich when it's not enough to save my life. Nope. Yeah, they're playing 8 counterspells. Drawing 5 in half their deck is not extreme. So we went 3-2. We went 3-2. Welcome to Rogues, everyone. Welcome to Rogues. So the only way I've found to beat Rogues is if they just don't draw into the story, basically. But yeah, we did it. We got 3-2. We won more games than we lost. And Demilich was a main key, was a main factor. And it's in a 3-color deck. Oh, that's great. But we figured out very clearly that Sorcerer class does not belong. I don't think Rip Apart would belong either. Monk class was great. We're going to 4. And how is there only 4 Bone Crusher Giants, 3 Bone Crusher Giants and Brazen Borrowers? Maybe we go to 3 Monk classes. Yeah, we go to 3 Monk classes because we only want to draw 1. There we are. There we are. That's what the deck looks like more of. Oh, no. We want a 3rd Lorehole command. Maybe take out Expressive Iteration? Yeah. Iterations keep iterating into more iterations. And definitely sideboard, this was an incorrect pick. Let's just really quick figure out what lesson we would want in here. Ooh, Academic Probation as a lesson allows us to, like, probate stop something, and then we come back and when we attack with Demilich and we lock it down again. So, second TGX was unnecessary. 1 was more than enough. So I think we would have actually wanted either Expand Anatomy or Introduction to Prophecy. Yeah. There we are. There we go. That's what the deck should look like. Oh, man. Oh, man. It worked. Demilich did good enough. Again, not tier 1, but it's jank that works. And anytime jank works, you have to feel good. You have to feel good when your jank works. Oh my gosh. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.